The wild beckons, a siren song to adventurers promising freedom, beauty, and a chance to reconnect with something primal. Hikers drawn to towering trees and winding trails seek solace in nature's embrace. But the wilderness holds secrets, some best left undisturbed. Beneath the tranquility lies a darkness, a reminder that we are but visitors in a domain far older and more powerful than ourselves. It is in these moments of vulnerability where nature's untamed spirit can turn sinister, that true fear takes root. The air was crisp, sunlight filtering through the dense canopy above. A lone hiker, Sarah, trekked deeper into the woods, her boots crunching on fallen leaves. The trail, once clear, began to fade. Silence descended, heavy and absolute. The usual symphony of birdsong and rustling leaves vanished. Sarah felt a shiver down her spine. Something was wrong.
Then I heard it. A whisper, faint and indistinct, carried on the breeze. It seemed to circle me, weaving through the trees. My heart pounded in my chest. I quickened my pace, the whispers growing louder, more insistent. They spoke my name, a chorus of voices just beyond sight.
Panic welled up inside Sarah. She broke into a run, her breath catching in her throat. The forest floor seemed to reach for her, roots and rocks becoming treacherous obstacles. The whispers intensified, morphing into guttural chants, their meaning unknown, their intent undeniably malevolent. The sunlight, once a comfort, now felt oppressive, casting long, dancing shadows that mimicked unseen pursuers.
Deeper and deeper I ran, the woods closing in around me. The once familiar embrace of nature had transformed into a suffocating prison. My lungs burned, my legs screamed for respite, but the relentless whispers drove me onward. I was lost, consumed by an unseen terror in the heart of the wilderness.
Miles away, another group of friends embarked on their own ill-fated adventure, unaware of the dangers that lay ahead. Lost and disoriented, they stumbled through the dense undergrowth, their hearts pounding with every step. The friends, Emily, Ben, Jake, and Chloe, had been separated from their trail for hours, their voices echoing in the vast emptiness. Desperation gnawed at their resolve as darkness crept in, casting an unsettling pall over the woods. The once familiar forest now felt like an endless maze. Just as their hope began to dwindle, they emerged into a small clearing, a brief respite from the oppressive trees. There, in the fading light, stood a dilapidated cabin, its presence both a beacon and a warning. Its wooden walls were weathered and worn, the windows dark and vacant, as if they had not seen life in years. A single chimney rose from its roof, a plume of smoke curling into the twilight sky, suggesting someone or something was inside. Relief washed over them, quickly replaced by a creeping sense of unease. What secrets did this cabin hold? Why was this cabin so deep in the woods, seemingly untouched by time? The questions lingered as they stood there, contemplating their next move. Stepping into the unknown, they cautiously approached, their footsteps echoing in the stillness. The front door creaked open, revealing a dusty interior shrouded in shadows. It was clear the cabin had been abandoned for years, yet an unsettling feeling lingered. The air was heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and something else, something unidentifiable and foul. Despite their apprehension, they decided to take shelter for the night. They huddled around the fireplace, the crackling flames doing little to dispel the chill that had settled deep within their bones. As darkness enveloped the cabin, stories were shared. Attempts to lighten the mood, but the unease remained, a constant companion in the shadows. Hours passed, each tick of the old grandfather clock in the corner amplifying the silence. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, as if the cabin itself was holding its breath. Emily, unable to sleep, began to explore the cabin. Her curiosity was piqued by the eerie atmosphere, and she felt compelled to uncover its secrets. In a dusty trunk, she discovered old journals, their pages filled with frantic scribblings and disturbing drawings. Each page seemed to tell a story more horrifying than the last. The former inhabitant, a man named Jedediah, wrote of strange occurrences, of unseen presences, and a darkness that consumed the woods. His words were filled with fear and desperation.
As I read, I felt a cold dread creep up my spine. Jedediah's words painted a terrifying picture, a portrait of a place consumed by something sinister. The more I read, the more I felt the weight of his terror. He wrote of whispers that drove men mad, and shadows that stalked the night. These whispers seemed to have a life of their own, echoing through the trees and into the minds of those who dared to listen. My blood ran cold. These were the same whispers that had driven Sarah deeper into the woods. Were they connected? The thought of Sarah being lured by the same malevolent force was terrifying. I had to find out more, to understand the true nature of this darkness.
Section 7, A Night of Terror, The Woods Come Alive.
Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night.
Emily rushed back to the main room to find her friends in a state of panic. Jake pointed a shaky finger towards the window. There, peering through the grimy glass, were grotesque faces, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The friends huddled together, their fear palpable.
The creatures outside slammed against the walls, their unearthly growls sending shivers down their spines.
The cabin shook, threatening to crumble under their assault. They were trapped, hunted by something ancient and evil. Jedediah's warnings echoed in their minds. This place was not a refuge, but a tomb. Section 8. Nature's unseen forces, the unexplained remains. The rest of the night was a blur of terror. The creatures outside continued their assault, their relentless attacks wearing down the cabin's defenses. As dawn approached, they finally retreated, melting back into the woods as quickly as they had appeared. The friends, battered and traumatized, emerged from the cabin, desperate to escape the nightmare. They found their way back to the trail, guided by the rising sun. As they hiked, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that the woods held their breath, waiting for their next victims. They never spoke of what they had witnessed, but the memory lingered, a dark stain on their souls. Section 9. The Haunting Echoes Forever Scarred. Search parties later found Sarah's abandoned backpack deep within the woods, a chilling discovery that sent shivers down the spines of even the most hardened searchers. The backpack, covered in dirt and leaves, seemed to whisper tales of despair and hopelessness. Her fate remained a mystery, her disappearance adding to the chilling lore of the region. The fog that enveloped the woods seemed to hold onto her secrets, refusing to let go, making the forest a place of endless questions and no answers. As for the cabin, it stood as a silent testament to the horrors that unfolded within its walls. The broken windows and overgrown vines told a story of neglect and fear, a place where time stood still and the past refused to be forgotten. Locals whispered of strange lights and eerie sounds emanating from the clearing, a place forever marked by tragedy and fear. The flickering lights were said to be the spirits of the lost, forever wandering, searching for peace that would never come. The woods held their secrets close. The whispers in the pines, a constant reminder of the unseen forces that lurked beneath the surface. Each rustle of the leaves, each creak of the branches seemed to carry the weight of untold stories and hidden fears. The hikers' encounters served as a chilling reminder that nature, for all its beauty, harbors a darkness that can consume even the most seasoned adventurer. Their fearful expressions and hurried steps spoke volumes of the unseen dangers that lay in wait, ready to ensnare the unwary. Section 10. Respect the wild. Heed the warnings. The allure of the wild is undeniable, but it is a siren song that must be heeded with caution. Nature is a powerful force, capable of both great beauty and unspeakable terror. When venturing into the unknown, remember to respect the wild, for it is in these moments of vulnerability that we are reminded of our own mortality. Heed the warnings whispered on the wind, for the wilderness holds secrets best left undisturbed.